One of the things the master gardeners are doing prior to lighting the fire is flushing out any small critters that might be in our little prairie. We don't want them harmed. And we're also wetting down the mulch pile so that does not catch fire. And Clinton has a hand sprayer too, in case you have a nausea. Okay. Gretchen's kind of walking through the middle there, dropping fire, trying to get this to burn. The humidity change, it was a much higher humidity reading this morning than it was yesterday. And the fog this morning kind of dampened the vegetation a bit. So it would have been quite a bit different conditions between yesterday and today. So you have to be flexible when you're burning, but sometimes once you have a whole party ready to go, you kind of go with the conditions you've got as long as it's safe. But it does mean in this case that it's just taking a while to burn. But you know, for people who haven't burned, this is a great way to experience a fire. It's slow, it's safe, you get a feel for how it's going to work, and you gain some confidence in feeling safe and that it's not going to blow up in your face. It's not too hot, so it's not very intimidating. So this is actually kind of a good fire for those purposes. Getting this little quarter of the prairie here, trying to light that. Just going around to bit by bit, trying to burn off as much as we possibly can to make it easier to seed and to expose as much soil to the sun in the spring as possible. Take a look at the aftermath in some of this. So at the very least, you can see that a lot of the standing dead vegetation has been burned. There's some left over that we might not be able to get. So when the master gardeners come back through here to seed, we're likely going to have to do some raking here to expose a bit more soil. We might come through and chop down the remaining vegetation, because what we really want is a good contact between the soil and the seed. And putting it down in the winter helps with that. The freezing thawing helps work the seed into the soil. But it's actually a great advantage now, a greater advantage now of getting a better contact with the soil now that we've burned, even though there's some remaining vegetation on the surface. We'll just have to rake some of that off.